Hey everybody, welcome to this introduction to Slack for the Heart Touch project. My name is Camille and I'm going to be leading you through a video series about what Slack is, why we use Slack at Heart Touch, and having you navigate through the application. So let's get started. So what we're going to cover in this video is what is Slack, why we use Slack here at Heart Touch, once we get your email, how to sign up for Slack, and I'm going to help you navigate the Slack dashboard. So what is Slack exactly? So Slack was developed by coders, and this is their website, and the website says a messaging app for teams who are changing the world, which definitely describes Heart Touch. But this one is promoting Charity Water, which their teams use this application. And it was designed because coders have many projects that they're on, and they needed to find something to cipher through all of their messages. Instead of their emails, they had to go through millions of emails. They use this app, which is like Twitter with channels. So it allows messages to be funneled to teams, and privately, you can create private channels. So that is why we use it at Heart Touch. Heart Touch has a couple teams that they need to be private in their communication because we are talking about giving services to people who are ill and isolated. So that's why we need privacy. So once you decide which team you're going to be on, you're going to be receiving an email. And the email will look something like this. And it will be sent to the email that you gave Heart Touch. And once you get this, you're going to have a button that says join the team. Now, I've already used this email and I've already joined the team, so it says you're already here. But what you're going to be prompted with is a series of, it'll take you through step by step. You're going to be asked for your name, first and last name. You're going to create a username. You're going to create a password. And then you're going to be asked if you want to add your phone number or your Skype. Now, those two are not required, but if you wanted to call somebody directly, you can use the Slack app. You would just click on their name and the little phone, and it would definitely call somebody, or you can have a Skype conversation with some of your team members. But that's personally totally private and up to you. But I'm going to go to the team here, and it's going to have me sign in. And this is the Slack dashboard. So I want to point out that once you get an invitation, you're going to have to download an application. So either on your phone, your iPhone or your iPad. You can also do it on an Android or a tablet. And you can also download for a Mac desktop or a PC desktop. So this is a PC desktop dashboard. And so let's go through that first, and then I'll tell you what the phone application will look like. So we have three major panels. You'll see the panel over here to the left is the team name and the channels and direct messages. The middle panel is where the messages actually take place. And this third panel will be what the channel details are and where you find pinned items. So let's look at this far left, this first panel here. So at the top, you're going to see the name of the team. So us as a team, we're called the Heart Touch Project. And below that is your username. So my name's Camille. And you'll see anybody that's online, when you roll over, it'll say active. So all these little down here under direct messages, anybody that was active, these little dots or squares will be lit up. And it depends on how you customize it, but they'll be lit like a little square or a little circle. Okay, so that's the top of the team name and the username. The second section here is starred, which means anytime you have starred a channel, then it will show up at the top. So if I starred CHLA, which you can see the little star here, if I unclick that, it goes back under channel. If I click it again, the little star, it'll come back under starred. So this is a way to kind of prioritize or put your most popular channels up at the top. Now, your dashboard may not have all these channels. I have all of them because I'm the administrator for them. So I get all of the channels here. And what you want to notice is the lock or the hashtag. So the lock means it is a private channel. It's totally secure. So anybody that's on that channel, that's been invited to that channel, can communicate. So it's cannot be searched on or viewed publicly. The hashtag is opened to everybody within the Heart Touch Project team. So if there is a hospice volunteer that is not on your like Mattel team, but you want to communicate with them, or you want to communicate with everybody about an event you're doing, you can post it in general or you can post it in random. Those are the hashtags. And then the channels are specific teams or specific groups of people that are working on projects. So that's what the channels are for. And again, the locks are private. The hashtags are open. And then below that, you'll see direct messages. So there's 50 people here that are signed up as a group on the, or as users here on the direct messages. And I can send a message to any one of these by just clicking on that and sending them a message. If I want to send a message to 3 people, then all I would do is direct messages, and then I would just click on the people that I want to have the conversation with, and they'll show up here in the direct message. I hit go, and it will create a little separate little direct message for 3 of those people. And I can communicate with just those 3. So that's how you do direct messages. The middle panel is actually where the conversations happen, and how you can tell who either you're talking to or who, which channel it is you come up here, I hit Cambodia, and it'll show up Cambodia. It'll tell me how many members here, and then the conversation that's happening here. So that's the middle panel. And then down here is actually where you type in the message. And I'm going to type in here, talk to Janelle and Ashley. And then I can add a little emoji by clicking right here over the little emoji, and then I can put a little smiley face, and again you'll see it'll show up as code. The minute I hit enter, it will display it. Okay, and then right below this, we're going to go into more detail, but the plus sign is where you upload a file, create a snippet, or create a post. Okay, so that's the middle panel. And then one last thing here on the middle panel, when you're on the desktop version, you'll see start a call. You can change the channel settings, or you can hide the channel details or display them. So I just hit on the display them. So the third panel here is, when you're on the desktop view, is it'll tell you about Cambodia, the channel 2016, when it was created, a little bit of purpose. And then the pinned items, there's nothing pinned here yet, but if there were any pinned items, they'd show. Let me show you one that has pinned items. The general category does. So there's 3 pinned items. So there's a little help thing on formatting text. There's a Slack info card and getting started. And then below that shows you how many team members are here. Also any shared files and any notification preferences. So that's the third panel. Now the other thing to note here is any at sign. So what that means, anytime I'm mentioned, it will show up in this section here, and I can kind of peruse through that. It'll show any starred item, which I don't have starred items. And then last but not least, pay attention to this because this will show up on your phone as well, is the little 3 dots. So on your phone, it will show up as 3 dots vertically, or excuse me, horizontally. These show up vertically, they'll show up horizontally. And then if you hit those 3 dots on your phone, you'll see any recent message, which is this here. It'll ask you for, give a little icon for starred items. It'll say your files, all files, team directory, notifications, help, settings, and invite. So that will show up on your phone as 3 dots. Look for the 3 dots. That will kind of show you more options. So that is the dashboard. Again, it will look different across many different platforms. The things to be really focus on is the message thread, where the message is, the message bar, where you add the message, any emojis you can put here, and then also the 3 dots when you see it near the channel that are horizontal on the phone application. And the minute you hit that, you get all of these options: pinned items, at mentioned, starred, etc. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'll see you in the next video, and we're going to talk about channels and direct messages. See you there.